Hello, everybody. This is Dicebag here. We're doing more art streams. Anyways, yes, Dicebag, artist, game designer, world builder, and occasional VTuber. And we're doing the VTuber and the art thing, and we're doing everything. I'm working on Crytures, in case you couldn't tell. And that means we do all the things. All the things that I do basically ends up going into Crytures in some form or another. And recently, I've been trying to focus on mythic creatures, specifically. As you can see, we've got the Verdant King here, and his master, Arthur. And these guys are one of the mythic duos that we have in the world. And these two rule over the Vivid Vale, one of the main places you'll be visiting. And yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works in the Crytures world. You get yourself a mythic creature, and then you get all their land. And that's how you get nobility and everything. And there's gonna be quite a bit of fine-tuning I'm gonna have to do on this line art. This is from my assistant, and yeah, it was a pretty rough sketch. So the result is that there's going to be a lot of cleaning up to do in the little details, and then we can start coloring the thing. So before that, yes, I could pop into Discord chat. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's ping people. There we go. Now we can actually get to work here. So let's get in here. First things first. I'm not liking this. This little bit.
Hello, I'm joining the working party.
Holy hell, I can hear you.
What do you mean you can hear me?
You're loud and clear.
And what does hell have to do with holiness? Amen.
Hell is a holy place because holy simply means that it's given a specific purpose by God.
It's a very real statement and incredibly insightful. How's your week been?
It's been good, but I also found the volume mixer in Windows 10, so I am going to turn the thing up a little bit for you because you're still lower than me. So hopefully that'll help a little bit. Yeah.
What can I say? I'm always, you know,
chill.
A supplicant to the host.
Yeah, but I open voice chat so I don't have to talk so much.
I see.
Also, I just like hanging out with you guys.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, usikushi.
What the hell did you just say?
I think that's the Japanese, like, phrase for, like, good feeling.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on it. I'm not a weeb anymore.
It sounded French, and I was like, how dare you?
Yeah, you know, you should just... I'll see myself out for even coming close to the possibility.
Can't have that gutter speak in my... Okay, now the music's too loud. Hold up. Windows Media Player is all the way at 100%. Bring it down to 75.
So, like, presumptively, you would prefer that nobody speak any French to you ever. However, if somebody had to speak French to you, would you prefer it be Canadian or France French?
That's a tough one.
On the presumptive, of course, that somebody must speak French to you, which is really just a part of life. Happens to us all eventually.
Unfortunately, yes. I don't know which one has less throaty mouth noises in it.
I don't know. That's kind of like the defining characteristic of French, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of why I hate it. Everybody sounds like they're pretentious and they're gonna hawk up a loogie on you at the same time.
Well, I mean, they are pretentious, but maybe not the loogie part. I feel like the French would be more likely to physically violate your physical space on account of them being European.
That's probably likely. And they probably have a bigger stick up their butt. On account of being European.
I feel like if I was Canadian French, I would be less happy to speak French, because it'd be like, everybody thinks that I'm trying to copy the French, but I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to be Canadian French.
Alright, this belt here just ain't doing it. I should probably share my screen in Discord.
Yeah, I'm just watching the Twitch.
Okay, but there's a delay. I don't think Discord has as much of a delay, since it's just capturing one screen.
It's also just peer-to-peer, isn't it?
I suppose.
It'd be weird if it wasn't peer-to-peer. Like if it all went to a server and then they were like, oh, we got some new data to send to the viewers of the stream. That would be terrible, terrible programming.
Well, I mean, it is a Discord server.
Right. Maybe. You know what? You're probably right. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, it would make sense for it to be not peer-to-peer, but in the same breath, I think that's remarkably lame.
Yeah, well, nothing seems to be peer-to-peer anymore unless you go on unapproved places. Everybody wants everything under their control, you know?
This is why I'm not playing as much Guilty Gear anymore, is because...
Oh, is that what they did?
Yeah, their servers are peer-to-peer, and then when you get into the match, then their servers are like locally hosted, and then when you get into a match, it becomes peer-to-peer. But there's always this big question of, am I going to be able to get past the true boss of Guilty Gear, the servers, to enter the match that is peer-to-peer? Maybe. Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah. Kids these days, they just want everything done for them, right?
They don't know any other way. They've had everything done for them. It's their default.
I guess. I gave my assistant kind of shoddy sketch, hoping he could figure it out. I think I should have spent more time on it. Because now I have to fix all those problems that I didn't fix the first time. But hey, at least I don't have to draw everything on its own.
Personally, I'm just happy that you recognize that it's not your assistant's fault.
I'm not gonna badmouth my assistant on stream anyways.
Oh, I see. That's nice of you. Even though they're, as far as I can tell, entirely anonymous.
He lurks sometimes, so he might be around here. You never know.
Uh-oh.
You around, Patron? If so, I don't have to tell you anything.
It's clear.
I'm gonna move this over a little bit.
Assistant, you can get a raise if you can read his mind.
Alright, I'm gonna cut some of this up so it's easier to move around and adjust. Yeah, I am only paying him like 50 bucks a week, so it's not like I'm expecting a huge dedication to it.
I was kind of hoping for the classic. Wait, you guys get paid? What do you mean raises? So I'm trying something new today in art.
Oh yeah?
I'm going in with the grayscale, just starting gray, and then I'm going to apply a gradient map over my grayscale. Have you tried this? Do you have any thoughts?
I tried it on that one landscape that I did, and it was an alright place to start, I think.
Alright place to start.
Have you been watching maybe Trent Kanuga?
I have no idea who this is.
Oh, well, he did a video like this week where he showed you how to do grayscale in that manner with gradient maps. And I've talked about him before. He used to work for Blizzard back when they were
This
good.
man clearly knows what he's doing.
And he also worked on League of Legends. So yeah, he does know what he's doing.
Was never a big League of Legends fan.
Neither am I, but it is successful.
That is true. It would be hard to argue otherwise, for sure.
But he's gone indie now. He's making his own game.
I hope that's just as successful. Or at least like a fraction of the success that League of Legends had.
Yeah, I don't think it's
not rude to say.
Nah, I think it's not the type of game that would probably have that level of success. He's just making like a Metroidvania. Which frankly,
I was so hoping.
Frankly, there's a ton of Metroidvanias and a little bit too many of them at this point, I think. But I don't like them anyways, so whatever.
I was hoping that you were going to say he's making a roguelike deck builder. I would have been so excited.
I would have unsubscribed. Nah, not really.
Riot is making a fighting game, and it might be the only thing that gets me into League of Legends. Just like how the fighting game was the only thing that got me into the HoloLive.
Is it an actual League of Legends fighting game?
Yeah, I think so.
Ah.
It has that purple lady in it, and I'm pretty sure she's from League.
The purple lady. Well, there's a purple lady in Overwatch. A French one, by the way.
Yeah, but she gets a pass because she's very pretty, you know? That's the trick, is if you're gonna speak French, you have to at least look very nice.
That does make it more tolerable. Still can't stand the accent even if they're speaking like English. That really is that's just the worst part. Even the accent sucks.
So the game is called Project L, and presumptively the L stands for League.
Oh really?
Not lose a lot of money making a fighting game.
I guess it would be kind of in a similar I don't know what you'd call that, like demographic to what they're already working with, if they're making a fighting game for it.
I don't think the MOBA and the fighting game enjoyer crossover is very big at all.
You don't think so?
No, I think that might be one of, as a fighting game enjoyer, I think that might be one of the smallest cross sections of gamers, maybe in the world. Maybe just on the fact that in most fighting games, you can only blame yourself if you lose. But in a MOBA, you always have other people you can blame.
Yeah, well, I was thinking
different types of people.
I was thinking more in the idea that they're both like very competitive.
Nah. I mean, like, yeah, they are both very competitive, but it's not the same. Definitely not.
A cursed quote said, "Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion of your channel,
Soccer and football,
viewers,
you know?
followers,
Hold on,
views,
we got a
etc. The price is
a
lower than any
promoter.
competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best.
taking
Flexible
over
and
Geronimo
convenient
over
order
here.
management panel, chat panel,
That's
everything
actually
is in your
really
hands.
funny.
Yeah,
Turn
I
it on
can't
slash
like
off
hear a
slash
thing you're
customize.
saying with him right now.
Go to Streamrise are you.
I should probably turn him off entirely. Okay, he's done.
Hello?
Hello.
Rest in peace, Geronimo.
I keep having a flash of fear that no one's going to be able to hear me.
I've
Somebody talking.
yeah, I fixed the issue.
I know. The
What's
trauma
up?
still
That's good.
lingers.
What was that?
Oh, I said, what's up? What's good?
Nothing much. Had a long day. Still need to do some drawing, so I'm going to be doing some sketching and see where that takes me. I may not hang around too long, but I guess I'll be here for a good time at least.
It's not a long time. A long day on a Saturday is kind of gnarly.
It's been it's been a while because I'm so used to doing nothing, and
You mean?
no, like I work all week, so I try to do nothing, but I had to run around, go out twice for things, clean up. It was tiring, but in a good way. Unfortunately it's compounded by the work week these days.
Uh,
Oh, I have a question that
I
I
have an
wanted
answer.
to ask you guys. What is too long to drive for like a weekend activity?
As in worthwhile.
You don't know how good or bad the weekend activity is going to be. You just know that it is a weekend activity and you are going to be driving an amount of hours. What is too many hours?
Okay, I have to ask.
Hours?
Do we have any other activities going on? Not things we want to do, like hard set scheduled things that we can't just say, "Oh, I don't want to do this," and step out of.
Yeah, no, you can't get out of the only way out of the road trip is by saying I will not do the road trip.
Road trip.
yeah, I don't think
And
I'd
there
do
is an
something that
event
would
on
could
the
be
other end.
described as a road trip.
Yeah, I hear road trip and the signals start flaring.
I must emphasize that it is a road trip with a purpose. It's not just like we're on the road to be on the road. It's like we're on the road to go to like a Christmas party or something.
Okay, I think I get the idea. Question: would this be a work week or a vacation week?
It is a normal, like standard issue 2-day weekend.
That narrows things down, but makes it even harder to commit.
If it's just
Okay.
one weekend, maybe like 1 hour.
1 hour.
1
Okay.
hour is easy. I can easily do that.
And that's 1 hour back and forth. Like 2
Yeah.
hours total of driving.
I think the bigger
Yeah.
question for me would be how long am I going to spend at the thing?
You would spend maybe 6 hours there.
If it was if the answer changes depending on how long. Like, if I'm gonna be there for the whole day, and I'm not sure, then I'm willing to give a bit more time to it because, I'm putting more time into like investing in an enjoyable what I'm going to put throw my dice into being an enjoyable time.
So how many hours are you saying?
Um, to drive, jeez, I haven't actually done too many long drives. Realistically, one, probably two at most. I'd probably worry about just dying of boredom if the car ride was any longer. And I know that's still 2 hours to and back.
I see.
What about you, Koeth? How long is too long for you?
So allow me to explain why I'm asking the question.
It's
It's because this week, I had a am I the asshole moment with the missus because she wanted to go to a Christmas party that was 3 hours away. And I said, I do not wish to drive to a Christmas because I'm the only person in my household that drives. I'm like, I do not want to drive 6 hours on my 2-day weekend to go to a Christmas party and hang out with strangers. And I was just like, I won't do it. But to answer the question, maybe 2 hours is what I would commit going both ways for a meaningful trip. 3 hours is right out. I can't commit to it too much.
If it was for like
Yeah.
multiple days doing something, then I could see a long trip, but for like a single one-time thing for a handful of hours, ugh.
Yeah, like every not every Christmas, most Christmases, I will make the arduous journey to Montana to visit my grandma, and that's like that's an 18-hour road trip, both ways, and I'll do it happily because it's like 1 week with the Grams.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours for a Christmas party? 6 hours of driving total? That's way too much.
It's one day, right?
1 day with the option to stay over twice, but then I'm also paying for a hotel. And that's too big of an ass.
Yeah. I understand.
Hopefully the wife does.
So anyways, I'm going to this Christmas party next weekend.
I'm glad she understood.
The holidays quickly approach.
Oh, you're right. And I need to get presents for people.
Yeah, I just realized. Look, I've actually got a 3-day. You got a 3-day weekend for when Christmas lands, which is nice because where I work, I think we get 5 official holidays over the year.
Oh my god, where do you work?
I feel like-
gulag?
No, it's. I
mean, you don't have to tell me.
I shouldn't say.
Unless it's a gulag, in which case I definitely want to know.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, you see, I actually work at what's called the log, where we...
Gulag.
Yes, we put anyone who uses the letters UWU in succession at any point in their...
Oh, he just got sent to the gulag for using UWU in succession. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm working part-time as a prisoner and part-time as a worker, so the shifts are killer. Literally, it's... I shouldn't say slave labor, because that sounds bad. Prison labor, that works better.
The gulag is such a good concept.
The problem is we'd send so many people there. On the bright side, we'd send so many people there.
They would all be from like early era DeviantArt era internet too.
You're only adding more benefits.
I didn't say it was bad, no.
Some people will complain about things like human rights and such, but they already relinquished their rights when they made their choice.
What's the statute of limitations for this most heinous crime?
Okay, how long does a human normally live? Because it kind of varies from person to person.
True.
Not specifying anything, but just a general question.
Oh, it's so stupid. I love it.
I'm running Discord in the browser, and for some reason that means that the reactive images for when you guys talk just don't show up. Right, something's happening.
I'm cool with it.
Nope.
Something up with Discord, or when you're trying to open it in a tab?
I think it's just the browser version that's making it not work.
Hmm.
You know what? I wonder if I opened up the other one if it would do that. So I could listen to you from the browser and have your PNGs react. Wait.
He has no reactions and is one with the universe.
I need to post a meme with this image, because as far as I'm concerned, this is the code. This should be the co-ed image.
Oh no.
Okay, you're on the screen, but you're not lighting up because you're not speaking through there.
Hello. Nope, I'm not. Definitely not lighting up.
Wait, why would that make you speak through there? Why did you say hello? Like you were testing it out.
I saw the icon and I wanted to make sure. I tested it.
Oh my gosh.
It was a science experiment.
I understand.
He didn't
Sometimes
trust me.
emotion is just too much. It's like when your dad tells you not to touch the stove and you do it anyways.
The water is boiling. Hot. And then the intrusive thoughts come in.
What's hot, Daddy?
You can't breathe underwater. Bet. If all your friends were jumping off of a bridge, would you do it too? If it's a cool enough bridge.
That's the real question, ain't it? How cool is the bridge?
It's a covered bridge.
What's it covered in?
Wood.
Raises more questions than it answers.
It's covered in spikes. I definitely want to run off of that.
I'm sorry. I just like internalized what you said. Why would the bridge be covered in spikes?
That's a good Well, that's a good question. Another question is, why are we on a bridge? Why are we debating jumping off of a bridge?
Aren't you the one who brought that up, or am I just blanking? Is that co-head?
It might have been me. To be fair, though, sometimes you just want to jump off a bridge. You know that song from the early 2000s where she's like, or the late 2000s, where she's like, I crashed my car into the bridge, I don't care. Sometimes you just like have to call the voice.
It's one of those bad what ifs, yeah. What ifs you have that you try to forget.
What do you mean a bad what if? Hold on a second.
Ninja Togepi's in the
Yep,
Discord.
Yeah, yep, she just joined.
I believe you would call my what ifs bad.
Okay, I'm not gonna gaslight you. It was jumping off the bridge was my what if.
Okay.
I had a bet. We all have bad what ifs sometimes.
I was gonna say it's odd that we all had such a short memory.
Who are you people again?
Turns out the internet has ruined more than just one generation.
It's not. Everyone's been ruined, but it gets worse the younger you are.
Now I gotta clean
So
up a
gradient
lot.
maps are sick, is what I'm discovering. Is that they're
Gradient
actually kind of
maps.
insane.
You mean sounds wait, that sounds familiar. Do you mean in vector art?
No, I just mean in art in general. They kind of go extremely hard, and I think I'm in love. Like you just draw your values and then you throw on the vector map and you're like, all right, I guess that's it for me.
Oh, yeah, that looks cool. I have some bad memories working with vector art. Nothing bad about it specifically, just using it directly to make images could be kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean, Clip Studio Paint's vector program isn't like real vectorizing of things. But it's what I refer to as vector art, and I love it.
Noted.
I've become a evangelist. Like it used to be Wolfsteel, may he rest in peace, who got me onto vectors to begin with. But now I am the vector evangelist, where I'm just like, yo, if you're gonna draw a line, just do it in a vector layer. I think it's just so good.
I feel like
And
we
you know
had
what?
this
If you-
exact conversation last time, basically.
I remember it coming up, but I don't know
It
where it
definitely
went.
wasn't the last stream, because I remember every time I talk about vectors, and we've had the vector conversation before, and it wasn't the last stream.
I think we
came up-
did talk about it last stream. You're just not. It just wasn't long enough for you to put it away in the memory banks.
I
It's
remember
impossible,
with
because
the-
my memory is extremely good, as evidenced by our conversation mere moments ago.
I remember with the last stream with the three of us, it came up very briefly, but I don't know. But I barely remember. But I don't think we talked about it that much, like Dice said.
Yeah, I think it was Kohat saying, "Vector art is great," and I'm like, "No, it's not," and that was about the end of it.
I probably would have said something similar. Because like I said, I remember doing it manually. It can look good, but it takes a lot of time, and it's a bit more. It was a bit more annoying than drawing normally, especially if you try to do something with a lot of things. I remember one project had me more or less tracing vector shapes over a picture of my school. It mostly looked. It wasn't perfect, but it mostly looked pretty good, except for the bush. That was really hard to do because of all the details, and it stuck out.
Well, you see, the thing is, right? And this is why vector layers in Clip Studio Paint are literally just strictly better, is that once you've drawn it, if you don't want to work with the vector, you just rasterize the layer. And then it's like you never had a vector layer to begin with.
I think that's how all
Okay.
vectors work.
You just the final stop in all vectors is rasterize.
I think so. Correct me
Yeah,
if I'm
checks out.
wrong.
I don't know. I don't know, but to be honest, I don't know why that would be exclusive to Clip Studio Paint.
I don't want to speak too broadly, unlike every other topic I engage with. Because I don't know how
You want to
vectors
make sure
work
you know what
outside
you're
of Clip
talking
Studio.
about, unlike everything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yep.
like I don't care if I just like say untruths when I'm talking about things that I'm not passionate about. But when it comes to passions, then you have to be more honest. Anyways, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I usually try to be, or at least make it clear when stuff is my opinion on things.
Of course, in his desire to be most accurate, he made it sound like Clip Studio was the only thing that does that.
Whoops.
Looks like Trinity is not going to be joining us.
Unfortunate.
Oh well.
It's just the boys tonight.
So what are you working on over there exactly?
Right now, I'm sketching and working on. This was kind of dragged on because I was tired. My 28th Inktober drawing.
Oh yeah, it's still in Inktober, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm still doing this, and I'm still going through the same method. Which, as I go along, I knew how impractical it was, but it only really started setting in at the halfway point. I'm having fun, but I'm kind of looking forward to it being over, because especially since I won't have as much time to draw coming up. Doing this and working and drawing has pretty much become my whole day.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good day.
It's not a bad day. The problem is, I don't really have any a lot of flexibility.
Are
On
you
the
a
bright-
yogi?
Oh, what?
Why? If you're not a yogi, then why would you ever need flexibility? Flexibility is for weird practitioners of, well, not weird practitioners, but just like practitioners of yoga.
And the practitioner of yoga is called a yogi.
Yeah, a yoga man is a yogi. Alternatively, a yogi is a bear from an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah,
called Yogi Bear.
I
Can
think
you
that's
guess
what
what-
comes
Yeah,
to
can you
most
guess
people's
what-
mind first.
Can you guess who popped into my head when you called me a yogi?
That's not bad. People love Yogi.
He just thinks you
Yeah,
really
but I'm
want
not-
them picnic baskets, man.
Yeah, you think I'm a thief, huh? Going after citizens and their confectionaries on a whim. Is that how you see me, Koeth?
Well, no, but I do believe that people do need to go after other people's confectionery baskets on whims. It's important.
Oh,
Important
okay.
part of the economy.
I was upset about the bear thing.
Why would you be upset about the bear thing? People love bears.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are good ones, but don't know if I care for them. They don't seem like the friendliest bunch. That Winnie the
People,
Pooh guy's all right though.
people love bears right up until they come up and try to hug them.
I mean, sometimes they're a little smelly. Just because they haven't showered in a while.
Is that the only reason?
Are you
No. I won't elaborate further.
People act like bears are cool, but when they really meet them, they can barely stand it. It's unbearable.
I never actually finished the glove part of this guy that I'm drawing.
What kind of gloves does he have?
Because he has some fingerless gloves with, you know, armor and bracers on them. And,
I thought so.
I'm basically realizing, like, never fully fleshed that out exactly. Like, I drew the little half fingers of his gloves on there, but I didn't fill it in with a color, so it's just, he's just got lines on his fingers.
It's the same color as his skin.
Oh, so he's got something on his, in the back of his hand. I didn't draw in very detailed, so I'm gonna have to wing it on that.
That's his gauntlet, isn't it? Or
That is his gauntlet, but I mean, I didn't detail it.
oh, I see.
He's got his arms crossed, so you can't really see the whole thing.
I see the part. It looks okay from there.
Let's see.
Oh wait, that should be a different color. Alright.
Anyway, like I was saying, I don't think it's a bad thing, but it feels. But when it's encompassed with work, it does kind of feel like October is pretty much my whole day, which can be nice. But part of it is I get kind of tired, and I'm slowly getting better at it. But I've never been the best at managing my hours, and I guess knuckling down when I need to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually don't have a whole lot of free time in the day myself. Like
Yeah.
maybe 2 hours.
And I tend to noodle around online doing random stuff. Like not even digging through things I need to do, just tab surfing. That's probably good. If I can get through that, that's probably gonna help because I can relax properly and still feel like I did something instead of repeating the same things.
Yeah. Tab surfing, that's a big one. I have issues with that too.
you find something good, or it's either not good enough, or you want to find something else, and you get into the habit of not committing to things, because you can always go to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Not the worst problem to have, and
It sounds pretty bad. I don't mean to interrupt, but the way you've described it made it sound pretty darn bad.
it actually, you know what, it is kind of bad. It doesn't. There are worse things, but it's very distracting and it can break up your flow, even if you're just doing a hobby thing. I need to learn to make commitments again. At the same time, along with that, my problem is when it comes to work or pretty much anything, I tend to get hyper focused. So I'm either 100% in on getting something done or just struggling to commit, and I have improved, but it's troubling to find a good in between where I dig into things but know when to take breaks.
The sentence, I need to work on making commitment again, terrifies me as your acquaintance. And I hope you're able to resolve this.
Don't worry about that. I'm extremely lonely.
That's not what I meant. I just meant in a general sense. Oh no.
Why? That's not something you need to worry about, right?
It's not something I need to worry about, but I like seeing the people that I know happy. Is that weird? Even a stranger on the internet.
Sounds kind of gay, Kohet. I don't know.
Well,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but the way you said it's not something I need to worry about. It was really funny to me.
You know, sometimes you just like to be all up in other people's business for no good reason.
I appreciate that, Goeth. I do need a good kick in the pants sometimes. Really?
When's the last time you got kicked in the pants? Why do we say that it's a kick in the pants, by the way? Because, like, no one's leg is in your pants but your own. Why is it called that?
What? Kick in the
I
pants.
know this sounds like I'm...
Why not?
Kick in the pants refers to kicking them in the butt.
Right, but why is it called a kick in the pants? Why are you getting your leg in there to kick them? It doesn't make sense.
How would you kick someone, Koeth?
With my leg outside of their pants.
Are they not wearing pants, Koeth?
In their pants.
Are they wearing pants or not? Are we
I'm
reaching?
not kicking them in the pants. The pants isn't a part of them. I'm kicking
Pants
them.
The pants are around them in a thin fabric. If you kick the pants with something, you're gonna hit the mass inside.
Maybe.
It's a euphemism, Kohet. The pants is not really talking about the pants.
Okay. Let me ask you, like, how many times have you kicked someone who doesn't wear pants? Because I think that's got a lot of questions we need to answer.
Do you mean like recreationally or like professionally or like? Can you be more specific?
Actually, both. Go into it.
I think recreationally, the last time I kicked somebody who wasn't wearing pants was like maybe a couple of weeks ago. Professionally, does a singlet count as pants?
No.
Because if a singlet doesn't count as pants, then like almost 12 years ago professionally.
I'll say a singlet is not pants, it's one outfit.
Okay. Then I have kicked people recreationally not wearing pants several weeks ago. And professionally about 12 years ago.
Okay, go with. I'm gonna reveal something. You. Most people tend to wear pants so regularly that when anything happens to them, it usually happens while they are in a pair of pants of some form. Not
Yeah,
counting
but
underpants.
it doesn't happen in their pants is the thing.
No, it happens to their pants, and it's like
It happens to them.
if you punch someone's shirt and they're wearing the shirt, they're gonna feel the force because the shirt's just fabric and it's not protecting them.
Yeah, but then we say we punched their like chest or like their shoulder or their like I don't know, their whatever. We don't
yeah,
say
but
we
we-
punched them in the shirt.
Yeah, well, we have a saying: when you kick someone's butt. That happens too. A boot,
Yeah, and that's
and you
descriptive.
and you kick their pants when you do that.
Okay, you can kick somebody's pants. I'm not arguing that point, right?
Yeah,
Kicking somebody's pants is something that happens. You kick people pants all the time.
This is so
Because
retarded.
Yeah.
that's how you would hit their lower body. However, you never kick somebody in the pants. Unless you're just like really weird, lanky, and stretchy. Which is
okay.
like cool, I guess.
You would kick someone in the pants when you're using it as a figure of speech.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, maybe, but like
That's the
I
whole
think
who
point.
likes those?
So what? Okay, so what you mean is that a kick on the pants would be more accurate.
I actually don't know what a kick on the pants would mean.
Kick on the outside pants.
Is the individual performing the kicking action on the pants?
Go ahead. Are you an English
is-
teacher or something? Because this is pedantic as hell.
See, I'm not an English teacher. I'm a non-native English speaker, and this is
Really?
why we should all get rid of English.
No.
He's too weak, Dice Bag. Can't handle the English.
Maybe the French were right. Maybe England was a mistake.
Ew, French people.
You want to side with snail eaters?
No, but if I have to, I will.
Look, English is the best language because it's all the languages mashed together.
You can say what you want about English, but I don't want to hear anything about about French people, or should I say French quote unquote people?
The gutter folk. Alright, I think I'm finally ready to start rendering this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Excellent.
Into the sauce.
Into the dungeon.
Let's see if I remember how to do it.
I'll rest in peace, I guess.
Rip and rest, buddy.
Dice, did you see the... Did we talk about this the last time? Did you see the new, like, Vampire Survivor, Rock and Stone game? That's not called Rock and Stone game. It's called
Vampire the
Galactic.
Masquerade or something else.
Deep
Oh, no,
Rock Galactic.
Vampire Survivors.
Vampire.
You're telling me there's a Deep Rock Galactic Vampire Survivor?
Made by the Deep Rock Galactic people.
Oh,
Well, looks-
made by the same people. I think I've seen that around.
Wait, Vampire Survivors, or is that a different game?
I think it's the
Vampire
same
Survivors
game,
is a
but
game. It's just in the style of Vampire Survivors.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
is this a
That's very
surprise?
interesting.
There's like a million games in the style of Vampire Survivors. In fact, I started making a clone of one for a tutorial.
I didn't know that. I only know of one clone.
Hollow Kira?
Yep. It's fun. It is fun. It is fun, but I kind of got like it's a good game, but I kind of got bored. I guess repeating repeating the gameplay, and it felt at a certain point the difficulty was just flooding the screen with stuff.
Yeah. Typical
Saying that you're
roguelike
not
problems.
It feels it feels like it kind of takes from Toho. It kind of feels it's the kind of gameplay element which is so baked into it that if you hate it, the game isn't for you. And I don't really like it when gameplay is conflated with flood the screen with everything.
I too hate it when games aren't the way I like them.
Yes.
That sums up basically all my gaming opinions, by the way.
That's a very controversial opinion.
Very bold.
I've been playing a lot of Battle
Right.
Brothers again recently.
That's good.
Is it?
That is your 4X game, right?
It's not really a 4X game.
Or I guess like long-term strategy game.
I
Is
guess.
that how you would describe it?
Yeah.
Long terms. Let me look this. I never looked up this game. I brought it up a few times. Battle Brothers.
And it's got like the same ease of being able to pick it up and play it just randomly that a roguelike does. As you can just log in, do a few missions, and nope out as soon as you need to.
Is there a synonym for battle that starts with an S so that you can make the sequel X Sisters?
What are you talking about?
Strike Sisters.
Oh, like Squabble Sisters. The sequel
Quad
to
Si-
Battle Brothers.
Oh, okay. In
Squad
relation to
Sisters.
Battle Brothers.
Yeah. Let's see. Battle synonyms.
No, I got it. It's just Squabble.
That would be pretty
yeah,
fitting.
Skirmish Sisters is also.
Skirmish Sisters. Two other options. Stripe Sisters or Struggle Sisters. I like
The Struggle Sisters hit you with the Struggle Snuggle.
You
It's,
know what? Okay, so the options are Skirmish and Strife. Too bad we couldn't find anything else that started with an S.
Squabble is a little disrespectful, but I think it definitely counts.
Squabble is the funny one, but we're not gonna use
Squabble is definitely the most fitting one for females.
that.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're getting a little too realistic here.
The men they hated him for. He
Are we
spoke
getting
the
too
truth.
based for you guys?
Maybe a little. Maybe a little too base for me.
Chill. We need to chill out. This stream isn't for chiseled chin chads.
What are you talking about? We need to chill in. Why would you ever chill out?
Just for
Go ahead.
You just
Is this
freeze
just gonna?
over
Is
and
this
enjoy
a new
yourselves.
character arc for you? Just to be pedantic about every figure of speech in an English language?
This
I
is
think it. I think it
this-
has potential to be incredibly annoying, and I want to see how far I can push it.
I think it's
Plot twist
already
is
a
that
little
you-
annoying.
plot twist is that it's not new. This is who he was this whole time. We're
Right,
just
I've been
discovering
hiding my pedanticity power level.
He was the true villain this whole when we never saw it.
I do think there is some merit to why would anybody chill in if they're heated? Or why would anybody chill out if they're already heated? Because they want to maintain the coldness within them. They don't want it outside of them.
They don't want
Anyways.
to maintain.
I'll-
They want to maintain the cold darkness in their soul.
Crawl in my skin.
Can't you feel my heart?
Oh, what is that?
The Giga Chad theme.
There's a Giga Chad theme.
unofficial, but yes.
Wait, you mean there's an official? Who owns the IP to GigaChat?
No one, but the owner of it.
But there is an official theme.
Yes, give me a second. Technique. The owner is the band Bring Me the Horizon. I'll post this on the Discord.
Did they
If you-
specifically make the song for GigaChad?
Listen to the first 10 seconds and you'll figure out what I mean.
I don't know if I can do that on stream.
Shoot.
Funk music is kind of weird. It's like auditory crack. It's definitely not healthy to enjoy.
I don't really listen to specific genres. I just like things that are fast paced. I consider myself kind of easy to please, but can usually discern some things that are good or bad. I don't have any taste in music. I know that I generally hate rap because there usually isn't a lot good flow to it or the rhymes, and half the time there's usually two beats, and there's one that I really wish I could hear more of, but it's just a mix.
What do you mean it usually doesn't have good flow or rhymes? Is that not the point of rap?
I'll be honest, the only raps that I can really say are like are just fan parodies based on existing properties. Well, not parodies, but just stuff based on it.
I agree. Rap is only good when it's funny.
That's a pretty good opinion.
I guess it's certainly more fun than what I usually hear is rap. I don't know if it counts as rap, but when I played League, no, yes, I was subhuman. Falcon Sheep.
Whoa, it's okay. You can play League. It's fine.
No, you can't. The only people who care about League are addicted to it.
I don't think that's true at all. It's okay.
Well, the only people
It's
who
not that
play
bad.
League are addicted to it.
All right, I guess.
Anyway, there was this one music channel that actually came back, Falcon Shield. I don't know if they necessarily just made rap, but they made really good stuff based on the characters in League. And they actually returned to doing that after funding a Kickstarter.
If there's
A little
one-
bit interesting.
If there's one good thing I have to say about League, it's that the company seems really passionate about the project.
Yeah,
That is refreshing.
yeah.
I
There are
imagine
some
that has a
unfortunate
lot
things,
to
but
do with it. The
there are-
dedication.
Yeah, there are people who care, who really, really do care about the content. Some people, including some that really have to fight for some things.
What do you mean by that? What are they fighting for? Who are they fighting?
It's mainly to get attention to less popular characters or elements, like the writing and storytelling. It was a bit haphazard, and they've been reworking it for years, but it's never been a main focus. It's mainly been about keeping players engaged.
You're telling me that the writing on a money printing MOBA was a little haphazard.
Yeah, shocking.
Imagine my shock.
That actually makes me respect it a little more.
Yeah, I don't like all well, the gameplay was first. I can respect that, but I know they actually dug to it and made people care. Actually, made people care about the characters and stories they told to an extent.
I mean, they had that
So-
Netflix series, right?
Yeah, Arcane was it wasn't the first time they told anything, but it was the biggest, and it felt like all after like years of really going into hyper detail to refine every aspect that they could, like literally every aspect of their universe. It paid off. So I respect that.
My understanding is that Arcane is the best video game adaptation into animated media that there's ever been.
I guess. I don't know a lot of good. I don't.
It's a pretty low bar, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm having. I don't want to say there's not a lot, but I can't really think of a lot, and the ones I can don't really seem like super great. Certainly fun. Certainly fun.
I mean, that's all
Right.
you ever asked for.
That's all. Sometimes that's all. Sometimes that's all you need. All you need. Fun without wanting to laugh to enjoy it. Ironically,
I'm personally of the opinion that games don't really need any story at all.
I like storing games, but I always believe that the gameplay should come first. And it's weird because I actually really enjoy it, but a lot of my favorite stuff does that. I guess it's because it puts things on the back burner that I'm a little more curious about it and what could be.
I
So I'm
can't
not
think of any games I've played where I've been like, the story has made this game better.
The story got me more interested, but as for made it better, I guess in terms of gameplay elements, depending on how it ties into the story. Because I know like some designs, like maybe enemy designs, or like the intent to like how it fits into a setting or a gameplay element, that can affect our choices.
Dice, do you know, in Clip Studio Paint, is there a way to take a mask or like a clipped layer? Like, so you have a layer that's clipped to the layer below. Is there
Uh-huh.
a way to make that clipped layer a mask without including the stuff outside of the clipping layer?
Make it a what?
Like to make it a mask. So like I have a clipped layer that has dimensions of the thing that I'm drawing in it. I want to take the clipped layer, turn it into a mask, and not include everything beneath it, or like outside of the like bounded area. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I think
I'm trying to
I need
picture
a
what
visual
you're doing.
representation of what you have in mind.
I don't think you can be done.
Okay, just draw a Venn diagram.
If I drew a Venn diagram of what I'm referring to, you would have like some very unrealistic shapes.
I'm getting some unrealistic shapes from what you're saying.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
They're unimaginable shapes.
Oh, I see.
I can't even fathom what you're making me process.
You're not looking up what I'm spitting down, huh?
That's
I'm
not the
gazing
saying.
what you're projecting.
What do you mean that's not the same?
Licking up? Spitting
But
down?
I'm spitting down.
I'm not spitting up, but you're licking down.
I like that one much more. That one's just silly.
Because you like it, I'm gonna dislike it now.
Oh, that's so sad.
Cry harder, or tears sustain me.
If there's anything we learned this time, it's that Kohet has no taste in figures of speech.
But I do have excellent taste in figures. Let it be known.
But can you speech?
Sometimes.
Which figures are we
lucky.
talking? Is it the kind of figures you post on Twitter?
Mayhaps.
I don't know, Kohet. I don't know.
I wouldn't have. I don't know. I wouldn't have
I
guessed.
think those
that.
might be a little niche.
Possibly.
The older I become, the less niche everything that I believed was niche is.
That sounds
So
like
I'm-
That sounds like a bad thing.
It's neutral, I hope.
I don't. I don't know. A lot of my stuff used to be niche. I probably wouldn't have discovered it if it didn't get more attention or more mainstream. But it feels like to get a bigger audience, a lot of stuff kind of loses its way.
They gotta adopt the kill mindset.
Pander to the lowest common denominator.
Okay, but didn't the main character lose her way? Actually lose her way?
Yeah, but when she was losing her way, there was this really cool song that came on, and it goes, "Don't lose your way."
Okay.
And then she remembers her way, and she's like, "Fine."
Okay, cool. The problem
she's
is
not
not
fine.
everyone has their own theme song.
What do you mean? You just make it. If you want your own theme song, you can have it.
I know you can make it or you can pay to make it, but not everyone has time for that.
Yeah, no, just like when you're doing something, just like sing something, and you have your theme song. It might not be good, but it's yours.
I'd be too indecisive because I don't really want mine. Because I think, oh, does this sound good? Is this really me? Is this who I am? I get so indecisive with my art, and that's something I do regularly. I don't want to think about how my theme song would be. I'd need a lot of feedback.
I guess my theme song is just whatever metal song is stuck in my head right now.
Mine would
That's pretty
probably
good.
be.
What's your
I
theme
would-
song right now?
Right now, 3 stars.
Never heard of it.
By Unleash the Archers.
I have heard of them. I have never heard anything that they have made.
Well, that's a shame.
I haven't either. However,
Do they have your highest recommendation?
Their more recent works are very good. Some of their earlier stuff is kind of generic sounding.
Wow, that's like the opposite thing you hear from a lot of people.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's how I feel about a lot of stuff.
So refreshing.
It's good to hear.
I feel like in the metal scene, it feels like it's a lot less corporatized and more just people doing their thing. So the artists tend to get better over time rather than adopting a completely new style or something. They're actually figuring things out. But there's definitely people who are like, "Oh, this band sucks now. They have a melody."
Oh, that's too niche into metal for me.
You changed, man. You actually became good.
Now that their music is fun to listen to, I can't stand them.
It became mainstream when people could listen to it.
It's definitely a thing
Isn't that the
in metal,
Slipknot
though.
problem? Isn't that the Slipknot problem? Is people went like, oh man, Slipknot is now just panders to normies. Which is true.
Probably.
Because I started listening to Slipknot when they started pandering to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of metal starts out like, not entirely sure how to describe it, but like, a lot of it just doesn't have a melody. And that's kind of like the purest form of the harsher types of metal. But it's not
It's
that
just
fun to listen to all the time. It gets kind of old. So when they start adopting things like melodic elements, then I start to get interested. Love me some melodic death metal and some modern symphonic power metal and all the thingies like that.
I just really like saying and hearing the phrase melodic power metal. It's like you're casting a spell.
As opposed to cacophonic power metal.
That is like...
Oh, that's also very good.
that is definitely something that power metal people would be would like to be evoked by the things they put together.
Okay.
Now I'm saying,
I do know what you're saying.
I'm hearing what you're putting down.
you're slurping up what I'm spitting out.
I'm perusing what you're puking up.
I'm rerouting the call that you've dialed in.
I don't think that's the same. I think that sounds more like you're noping out of the conversation.
Maybe he is.
Maybe he
would
is,
never.
but that wouldn't fit with the joke that we were making.
I at least try to engage in comedy, even if I do so futilely.
That's okay. I was born without a sense of humor. I know your pain.
What are you trying to say? Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
What's wrong, Colette?
I feel insulted. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
What? And get out of the salt.
Oh, man. Oh, I may never recover from this.
Pound sign destroyed.
Get out of the salt, man. Oh my god. I like it when you have us on these Saturday streams. They're very cathartic for me.
We're very we get into the conversations that need to be spoken.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm gonna level with you. I think these might be the conversations that need not be spoken.
We have to ask important questions such as how funny would it for a hashtag be if you said pound instead of hashtag?
It might be more tragic than funny. Could you imagine?
Actually,
Gaza.
It could
too much.
It could be both.
I am down with that level of humor. Don't worry about it.
All right. I was worried I went too dark there for a second.
Oh no. I am basically noped out of that whole conflict. I'm just... you know what? We'll not even talk about it. We'll not even talk about it.
Yeah. It's none of our conflict to begin with. Presumptively.
I'm worried about things I can control.
It's a good way to be. What's the last thing you couldn't control that you were worried about?
Everything.
Things
Wait,
that, things at work.
why would you
Things
worry
that
about
were,
things at work?
things that are,
No,
some things that have not come to pass.
Alright, Gandalf. Or wait, no, it's not Gandalf. Who is that?
So what's her name? Galadriel.
Oh, there you go.
No, that
I was
chick.
gonna say things at work.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Mainly, one annoying thing is that I feel like I'm still learning things about my job, which isn't a good thing because it's things that I really should have been informed about when I started.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And
That feels like
I
me
thought
like
it was
every day.
it's, yeah, let me put it this way, it's for something I should have known a while ago, and because I didn't, and a certain issue piled up, and I'm gonna be dealing with that next week.
At least you'll be able to deal with it.
That's yeah,
Silver lining.
that's one thing. That's one thing.
That's a one good thing, or like one thing, one bad thing?
It's one good. It's one good
Okay.
thing. Like, maybe for once, I'm not gonna have anyone bother. There'll be one less thing people will be able to bother me about not doing.
I mean, it sounds like you should create problems more often then, if it's like just a benefit.
Everyone else is creating problems for me, and a lot of other people's problems become my problems.
Why don't you just start making problems for others?
Yeah.
I've already been doing that. Don't you know? Isn't your other people's birthdays to celebrate the day all of your own problems began?
No, people's birthdays are to celebrate the day you started making problems for others. You gotta rephrase the birthday question.
Be the problem in someone else's life.
Unironically, one of my favorite memes is the what is it? God has allowed me to live another day, and I'm about to make it everyone else's problem.
That's a good one. It was a while ago, but one of my favorite meme that didn't overstay its welcome was steamed hams.
Didn't overstay its welcome.
I don't think it did. I don't think it
I don't
did.
really
It felt like
know what the meme of steamed hams is, other than it's funny.
that's
Like it's a funny skit.
That is the meme. It's one of those interesting memes where all of the jokes around it are come out because the original source material is just good, and people enjoy. In this case, people really enjoyed remixing it. I have it double checked, and I have 82 saved steamed hams videos.
I wonder if my favorite memes are even stuff I can put on the stream.
If you have to think about it, I'd lean towards no.
I can't think of any favorites off the top of my head. Here's a good one.
That's a good one.
I don't know how people keep track of all the memes.
I need to save more memes.
Me too.
I do not keep track of them. I simply let them go.
Here's an amusing one I enjoy.
Nothing good could ever come from meticulously cataloging and maintaining a collection of memes. It can only be bad.
I think that's the fact that it's bad is the reason people do it.
It's only bad if the FBI finds them and uses them in court.
Why would the FBI use memes in court? Excuse me?
Well, Congress
Why
did.
wouldn't they?
That's crazy. Why are they... Why?
They're a bunch of out-of-touch old people.
Yep.
Guess. But like... I guess. I'm still just very stuck on the idea that somebody would be like, now observe this meme. What the
Is
kids
this
refer
your
to as a
soy jack,
meme.
sir?
I hear some intelligence agency tried to turn Pepe gay.
Are you so wait? What you're saying
What does
is
that mean?
They tried to make a bunch of memes to turn Pepe gay.
They
to
tried to turn a
discourage people
frog
from-
gay.
Yeah. They tried to
Interesting.
turn the frog gay.
Is the thought that if you make Pepe the Frog a homosexual, the use of Pepe the Frog will be discouraged in other people because of the association?
I think what they were doing is that by making Pepe something he is not, Pepe the Frog would then become both fake and gay.
He would become less palatable to the people who use him most, I think, is the idea.
I feel like the opposite would happen, only because of people resisting.
Stop resisting.
Because that seems to open even more doors that someone wouldn't want opened.
I mean, it is really funny.
It's really,
Like,
it's funny.
like I've not heard of this before, and the idea of it is very funny to me.
I wish I could find that ridiculous, but it's so ridiculous that it has to be true.
I mean, yeah, right? Like everything.
I mean, I think it was on 4chan, so you know it's true.
Of course,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
of course, everything is.
Nothing
4chan
wrong
is-
has ever come from that particular depository of information. More like suppository of information. Am I right? No? Okay.
And everybody clapped.
on the bus.
The short bus?
They're taking me away, boys. I'm going to the uwu log.
Say it. Put some respect on the G in Goo log.
Uwu log. You know, having gawoo logs in the 21st century is a step up because we used to just murder them. So,
Has
not gonna give my-
anyone, has a furry just been murdered because of that?
for being furry,
I mean, the people who say ooh woo the most are probably furries, right? So it's basically a gulag for furries.
I don't think so. I think the people who say awoo the most are young teenage women from 2012, who also wore wrist wraps and foxtails.
Foxtails.
But like the neon foxtails with like the stripes in them that weren't like very actually fox-like.
Okay, well, but
I've
that's
never heard of that.
retroactive
Furries
punishment. You can't go back to 2012 and throw them in a gulag or something yet. We're not that far out.
I'm not gonna ask what you're talking about, Koeth. I've never heard of this.
You
I
don't
want to keep it that way.
This was like the fashion. This was like teen fashion.
What's
They come out a Hot Topic and go, ooh.
no?
Well, not
Hot
always.
Topic.
Like,
Not always.
They do come out of all the people going ooh woo come out of the Hot Topic, but not everybody coming out of Hot Topic goes ooh woo.
I thought goth girls went to Hot Topic.
No, yeah, goth girls are a wooing dog.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm sorry if this is news, but the goth
that-
girls hit the ooh woo button like crazy.
I'm not disappointed, but I'm confused. They seem like the last girls to do that.
You know, they seem all like sinister and slick, but on the inside they're all, well, I don't want to speak in generalities, but it's not my passion, so I will. They're all just a bunch of wooers.
I don't want to speak in generalities, but all of them are this way.
I don't want to say something inaccurate, but I'll risk it and say you're wrong. Not in general, just
get
completely.
a goth girl from 2012. You'll see.
Okay, let me time travel and find a goth girl. See how long it takes for her first uwu. Then I can set her up for the gulag preemptively.
You gotta go online, get a time machine, and mail order yourself a goth girl.
Yeah, just get it from Goth Girls R Us.
That's Hot Topic.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
actually
s-
Goth
that's what-
Girls RAR Us XD.
Now, I don't think that's a goth girl thing.
That is not a goth girl thing.
Oh, please go back to the cowboy emojis. You're killing me.
You can take the goth out of the cowboy, but you can never take the cowboy out of. Wait, no, I got it backwards. Damn it.
Wait, are you
can
the-
never take?
Are you
the
the
goth-
goth here?
I mean, I might
Are
have
you
been at
using
one point.
yourself as a reference point?
Well, it's not entirely anecdotal. Because I was a goth, I ran in gothic circles, and the
You
architecture
corrupted
was
them.
amazing. No, I'm not the corrupting
You are
force, man.
patient zero.
Society is the corrupting force.
That's
You know,
what they
it's
all
funny.
say.
You're bringing up. I hear society quite a lot, but like society comes up quite a lot. But all I'm hearing is you, Koeth.
Better send him to that goo log.
If you send me to the Goo log, I will never reform. The recidivism rate is off the charts.
You were never going to reform anyway.
I don't think I don't think the recidivism rate in gulags is very high because nobody ever gets out of them. If I remember my gulag etiquette correctly.
The gulag etiquette is thou shan't leave.
For any self-respecting gulag, that's indeed the case.
What about the self-disrespecting gulags, though?
Well, then they
they
get
would-
sent to the gulag.
Yeah. Out one gulag into another. It's like a gateway drug to gulags. It's actually kind of funny if everyone goes into a bad one and they just keep getting transferred around. It's like moving around. It's like moving around as a kid. You never get attached to anything.
I'm something of a gulag connoisseur myself, you know? Sampling all the best gulags. They're all pretty miserable. But
Sampling the gulassy.
I only purvey the most horrific of gulags. Get on my level, pleb.
That's why you
say
oversee the goo logs, right?
Yes, that's right. Because the conditions have to be the worst. Because those are the only ones that are deserved for the people who go there.
Gulag Overseer, or Sir Commissar, can I ask you, what do I need to do if I'm in the Gulag to get the Galusi?
Okay.
How many cigarettes do you have on you?
I have
Okay.
0. I am in a Gulag.
Okay. How well can you balance on your head?
I cannot. what? Sir Commissar, I
How's
don't
your gag
understand the
reflex?
question.
Okay.
Excellent.
How
But I don't
flex-
see how this helps me get the Galusi.
Okay. Okay.
To get, you must first give.
How long can you? How good is your pitching arm?
My pitching arm.
Yes.
I've never played baseball once in my life, if that's the question you're asking.
I'm asking how good is your pitching arm?
I don't like the implications of this question.
I'm not even sure what the implication is.
I also am not sure what the implication is, but that is why I dislike the implications of the question.
And that's why you've already failed. Back into
You know,
the hole.
I didn't need the Galusi.
Back to the
anyway.
hole. No lighter human interaction for a week, and you get the stale bread tonight. The prisoners with the good pitching arms get you get the moldy bread.
Do you guys follow Flork at all?
Yes.
Oh, I can't say I follow him. I see his comics sometimes.
Did you see the Flork sweep with the housing crash?
Oh,
So he gets to spin the bonus.
yeah. The wheel.
Didn't.
Oh man, I was dying. Like, I saw it when I was like getting out of my car to go into the office. It's so depressing. It's so good. And then all the comments are just the repost of the, oh, that can't be good. Hmm. That man is really good at his profession.
He is.
Drawing sock puppets.
Funny part is he doesn't just draw sock puppets, but they're his main claim to fame.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a bit of his other art. It's really good.
He's not bad. But he definitely spends most of it doing the sock puppet thing.
When you can draw detailed anime art, but your most favorite art is sock puppets.
I think
Not-
he's probably very happy that his most famous art is sock puppets.
I know. I'm not saying like
I don't think
that
he's
thing. It's
scuffed
just
about it.
it's just like weird. It must be like looking back. It's probably. I imagine like looking back on his youth. If he imagined him making it big on the internet, he didn't imagine it would be. He probably didn't think it would be like this. Which sounds really funny.
I'm very bummed that he doesn't have like individual orders for his stickers, because I wanted a Mr. Business sticker, but I didn't want to pay into a subscription.
Mr. Business would definitely wind up in the Guru log.
He would buy his way out.
He would buy his way in.
He would buy his way in. He needs the reference material. How else is he gonna get the best depiction?
The wardens would say, yes, we have the most depraved acts that would ever happen to another human being. And Mr. Business would be like, I'll make her worse.
Mr.
think
Business would be
so.
like the kingpin of the Uwu log.
I don't think that's the case either. Like, he's just a good guy.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he's not a villain.
I know he's
literally, narratively, he's the coolest guy that ever lived.
I know, but his initial goal was to find the most depraved material possible to send missions. Like, it's
Oh,
not
you
something
haven't finished the comic. That's not his initial goal.
I think I did. Was there a Mr. Business continuation? Because I remember getting to the end.
The end of the comic is when you discover that everything that he's gone through has been an elaborate plan to put an end, or to assuage the end of the world.
Yeah, I know.
He had noble intentions from the start.
He's had an unexpected way of doing it.
Maybe. I will defend the Mr. Business comic until I die.
I genuinely I enjoyed the twist, and it was funny.
I want it printed out and posted on my wall as a wall scroll, just to remember.
Just the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
You invite.
It's short
invite the guests. Cook some food. Get out the fine china. Put out the Mr. Business wall scroll. Among all,
It's your conversation piece.
Trophies. It's like, hey, do you have it? Hey, you guys have any heroes? You want to meet my hero? You just hold your friend close, drag him over, and you just start reading the text in the Mr. Business strip.
Oh hell, somebody came in the YouTube chat and I didn't notice. Hey there, AS. If you're still around, what's up? That was like 10 minutes ago he popped up.
I don't see how we could leave.
What were
We
we
only have the
talking
most
about 10
riveting
minutes ago?
We only have the most riveting commentary to go through.
Who would nope out of a conversation about Goo Woo Log?
You know what? It might have been the most interesting thing on the internet at that time.
Possibly.
Depending on how things are, the power can be that high or that low.
I'm not looking at
It's a
Twitter
high
right
bar.
now, so I have no idea.
That's not a low bar. That's a very high bar. The Gulag tangent was very, very masterful. SNL would be jealous of the Gulag.
SNL is not a very high bar.
It used to be.
It did. I saw some of their older stuff. It didn't make me laugh out loud, but it was definitely funnier.
It didn't make you
I've never heard somebody say LOL.
Raffle,
Rafflecopter and LMAO.
Rafflecopter, Lamau. Lamau.
Everyone says Lamau.
Lamau. That's how French cats purr.
Oh, I hate it now.
Come on, that was good. That was great.
It's pretty good.
It was a good pun until you made me realize it was a French pun.
You know, my bad. I'm sorry.
That's the only way the pun would have made sense, though.
No, but there are some lines you shouldn't cross. I understand.
Le meow.
Do you think a French cat would rather be from France or France? Holy cow! I can't say French. I can't say France. Oh my god!
Wait,
You
so
said France twice.
or not for Canadian France?
Yeah, that's why I was so confused, because I was like, Canada's not a part of France. French
but-
Canada. That's what
Does
I'm
anyone
trying to
really
say.
want to be a part of Canada?
I don't know.
That's
I was gonna say, like,
the question.
I mean, he wouldn't be French if he was Canadian, but then he'd be Canadian.
So I grew up in Washington State,
I'm sorry.
And you don't have to apologize. I liked it. But every weekend, every holiday, we would get a bunch of Canadians that would come down from Vancouver, BC, into Washington, namely Seattle, Vancouver, bunch of Washington big cities. And the reason they would come down is because it was so much cheaper to buy products in America, because even though Washington state's like product tax, sales tax is like one of the highest in the country, it was still less than Canada's. So you'd get all these Canadians that come to America and they're like, I'm just gonna be here, be all annoying. And the worst part is they would tell you how good Canada was compared to America, even though they're in America to buy the things that they want to take back to Canada.
I hate Canadians.
So yeah, wasn't a fan of that.
Okay, were you trying to reinforce our thoughts on Canada?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
Okay, I was expecting, like, I lived in Washington. It wasn't too bad. Canadians come over.
Canadians
I
are
hate
good
them
people,
too.
actually. No, I see that attitude a lot from like other Anglo and Euro based nations. Where it's like, oh, everything's so much better in my country. Why don't you Americans do it that way? By the way, I'm here because of all the things that are wrong in my country.
Yeah, my country is collapsing under its own because of the leadership, and everything is awful. That's why I had to escape. Why isn't America like that?
Well, when you put it that way.
Or, oh yeah, we have free healthcare where we come from. Also, I'm here because I need a medical procedure that I can't get in my home country.
We have free healthcare. That's why I'm here for yours.
Yeah.
In the
Because
cases
it's-
where that happens, does their country pay them to come to America to receive the healthcare they can't get in their country?
I don't think so.
I
Because
don't see why.
I mean, it looks good for them.
Yeah, but I think it might look better to give better healthcare of their own.
But I mean, like, sometimes you just can't. like even if you have all the best intentions, sometimes you just can't do it. Like sometimes you're just not as good as, USA.
Yeah, sometimes they're just like, inferior.
Sometimes it's because of the choices they make. Like having single-payer healthcare, for one.
I mean, the Brits were doing okay for a long time until very recently. And by very recently, I mean like the past 20 years. The first couple of years after they set it up, things were really great.
I need to darken this background so I can actually look at it as if this thing is close to being finished.
I mean, given his complexion, he's pretty close to being finished, I'd say already.
He's saying he's well done?
I'm saying he's from the hinterlands, the
Oh.
Great White North.
Toasty.
He's spent a lot of time outside.
True.
He is a woodsman. Can't you see the bow? The magic-looking twisted
I was
bow
more
with...
focused on the large amount of green everywhere.
He
That too,
eats
that
his
too.
veggies. Give him a break.
He definitely eats his veggies, but he probably eats a lot more meat. Let's see. Need to actually
Speaking
give
of
him...
eating meat, I'm gonna get my dinner here real fast and
Righty.
mute myself.
Remember, he's still watching.
That sounds like a threat. Remember, Coed is watching.
Let's see. What color is this guy's eyes? That color.
Green? I don't remember.
Green? I think, maybe? I don't know. There we go. I think I might be running out of things to dilly-dally with. Might actually have to think about finishing this piece at some point.
Yes, getting to everything but the main part of the picture. So you're not technically procrastinating, but you're putting off something important. Sounds somewhat familiar. Can't say why though.
See, what else do I need to do? Like one more layer of shadows would be good. Then we need to actually tweak the coloring on some of the greens, because the Verdant King here ain't looking so good with his, I don't know what color that is, cute gray in his shadows. That's gonna have to change.
Maybe.
Probably should have shaded most of the thing with blue.
That would have helped a lot.
Let's see. What was I doing? Oh yeah, shadows.
Okay, I think I'm gonna finally dig into this Inktober piece.
Finally? You haven't been doing it this whole time?
Well, I was sketching and I have been trying it, but I'm restarting a few times because I guess I'm just a little out of it because I could not get this guy's face right. The one downside of Inktober is that things can look kind of wonky, and with any human characters, it's really noticeable.
Yeah.
The cartoony guys, they look a bit weaker than the initial sketches I do, but even with some technical mistakes, it's not as bad because there's not as much, I guess I don't have as much of a set shape in my mind. I give myself a bit more of a higher margin for error than with people. Still happy with most of my people in the end, because they come up, even if they come out a little weird, after I put in some detail, they always look better than I expect.
Humans are always something that they say you need to learn the rules before you break them. It's really apparent when something doesn't look right, since we see people so much.
Yeah, I can always practice more, but I think I'm decent at it. My main weakness, besides hands, which I have gotten better with, probably angling the head. It's doable, but it always feels like I don't have a strong grasp on exactly how it's done.
You talking about like viewing angle or the tilt of the head?
Mainly the tilt. I always feel like even when I get it right, it's more me keep constantly retrying than nailing quite how I want it. Occasionally I notice the head can feel like a little stretched out from the body. I don't know. It's something where I feel like I don't have enough knowledge or practice to know how to control it. Whereas with hands, even if I have trouble, I've been getting better about the general shape with sketches and improving on the positioning of the fingers, because it's been a more obvious issue to work with, because there's so many digits and ankles, and keeping them connected while making them look natural.
You know, sometimes you just gotta study it from life.
Yeah, I do that a lot. The problem is, if I'm doing it, I can only use my non-dominant hand, and sometimes there are limits. The most prominent one is that when I want to draw something and I try using my hand as a reference, it's always a pose that I could only, at an angle that I could only make when I look at my right hand when I'm drawing with.
Well, if you take a picture with your phone, you can flip it around however you want.
That's a good idea.
That's usually what I do when I'm having trouble with hands.
I do decently, just not really winging it, but looking at it and sketching things out and then finalizing things. I'm usually not too down on my work, and even if something feels a little off in that case, as long as I put in enough effort to make it feel right, I'm usually willing to say that it's at least passable.
Oh, wait a second. I got the wrong layer selected.
You hate to see it.
And blew up the shading on some of these colors.
I see.
This is one of the advantages of just shading with the same color over the entire thing. That you can go back later and just select the colors where it doesn't look good and just tonal correct them into the right color.
Yep. I like varying up the shading colors and lighting, but it takes much more time to do.
There we go. I need to get that color I just made on my actual, on my color palette over here so I can dab it for later. See, there's some stuff I forgot to erase out earlier.
I'm just hopping in to say real fast that this is looking so good. All right, bye.
Thank you.
It's coming along nicely.
I think I've definitely kind of
right
found my style.
Yep. I need to work on my coloring. This is going to be one of my next art goals. Because I don't mind putting in the work to do it, but I want to have one that looks consistently, a style that looks consistently good.
But you only develop a style when you experiment, so you gotta get on that at some point.
Yeah. I've colored a decent amount, but I need to do it more. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to get back to. At the moment, I'm much better at drawing than I am at coloring.
Coloring is like a whole nother dimension that you have to learn.
Yep.
I actually kind of hated trying to do coloring for a long time. I've started to love it the more I learn about it.
I can enjoy it. But it's gonna come with time because just the reason I'm down on it is that I don't have enough experience, so I'm never sure about what looks right to me or not. I have
Yeah.
an idea of the style I want. I have an idea of what I want, but need to just, like I said, it's gonna take more practice.
Brr. Can't use the fill tool on this. That would have been much faster.
Live and learn.
Oh, we're finally getting some actual depth in here.
Okay, this guy's gonna look wonky, but I'm liking the start I'm at. Well, not start. This isn't one of my bigger pieces, so I'll have it. So I won't have. I'll have it done after not too long.
Can you reveal what you're drawing exactly? What kind of character?
Yeah, I can. It's not really a spoiler. In this case, it's gonna be an old man, and a human. In this case, kind of an old man. His portions are a little weird, so I may need to, I guess, black that out, or use something to distract. Because, like I said, detailing stuff in does help with the overall look, even when some anatomical wonkiness is shown.
Can be a good distraction.
Yeah, this isn't gonna be one of my busier pieces, and tomorrow I'm very lucky that the next piece isn't gonna be on a Sunday, because it's probably gonna be one of the. Actually, no. Comparatively, it's probably not gonna be busy, but there's gonna be a good amount of human figures in it.
Hmm.
The phrase anatomical wonkiness has summoned me from the dinner table.
How do you draw the humans, Coep?
You don't want to know how I draw the humans.
I know how he draws the human.
No, he brought it up. I need to know. What's your anatomy like?
You don't.
He draws
You
them
don't wanna
anatomically
open this Pandora's
wonky.
box. It's true.
I see. Oh, I know. Oh, so we suffer from the same pain. Unfortunate.
Do we suffer from the same pain?
Well, we're both
Oh my
suffering. We can share that.
Where's that suffering from success.jpg?
Oh, you're succeeding?
No. Well, yeah. No, I'm doing great, actually.
His anatomical
For some things,
wonkiness is
it's a
pretty
hobby.
deliberate.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I see. Such it. You give them big hands.
I give them big something. Got him.
He does give them big
Nice.
hands for
Almost.
other big reasons. Well, I was just making a joke.
You think I give them bigger hands?
I wasn't making an
I'm
accusation,
sure
Cohead. I was just making a joke.
No, he didn't mean anything by it. I'm sure. I'm sure you draw other big hands wonderfully.
Look, if I'm giving them big hands, you gotta tell me that I'm giving them big hands so I can.
No,
give them-
no, he didn't mean anything. by
I'm
your
very
big- about it by your big
self-conscious about my
hands.
yaoi hands, okay? I've been trying to fix this for decades.
Wait, you mean with your art or IRL?
No, just the art. I'm
Are
happily
you
married.
sure?
I'm
My
just
hands
saying,
are
people
strictly monogamous.
in your artwork would often benefit from large hands.
They would benefit from having large hands. But I think just humans in general would benefit from having large hands.
I don't know. What would we hold with such giant hands?
That's flesh.
Giant things.
Giant pencils. See, if we
giant
had-
fruit,
Somebody's gotta
perhaps.
push them.
If we had
Giant fruit.
giant
maybe. I don't know.
pencils, we need more space for everything, right? I can barely fit my tablet on my desk as it is.
Maybe we just need giant desks.
Have you considered miniature tablets for your giant hands?
That sounds like a reason not to have giant hands.
No, I mean, like, think about it. If you have bigger hands, it means that you can manipulate more things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to manipulate more things.
If you have bigger hands, it makes it more difficult to manipulate small things.
Do you think that's the case?
Yes.
Like, I have normal sized hands, and I haven't had difficulty manipulating things for small people.
Are you sure about that?
To be honest with you, I am not sure about that because I can't, like, you know, out of pocket think of any, like, specific object that's specifically designated for very small hands.
Okay, you can
That I
gaslight
have
yourself about
manipulated.
how you can gaslight yourself about how you handle small things, but leave the rest of us out of it.
I will have the world know that Cohet, his ability to handle small objects is normal. There is no distinction between
Are
the
you-
normal size object and the small object.
Are you telling us, or are you telling yourself this?
Like in a philosophical sense, or like in a
I don't know how this is philosophical.
like there's the argument you make that like a conversation is inherently selfish and that the only way that you know that it's a conversation is that you exist in it, so everything has to pass through your brain to get to the other people, so you're always talking to yourself.
That kind of stuff makes me hate philosophers.
Yeah, it's not great. I don't like
Yeah.
it either, but like I don't understand what the question is because I'm talking to y'all.
Well, I guess
You
that's
know?
that's the answer then.
Okay. Gaming on a phone, small hands
Not
are better than big hands.
Okay, counterpoint. Not gaming on a phone is better overall.
Yeah, but that's not the question or the statement that was brought up. It was, you're on a phone. There are no alternatives, and you are gaming. There are also no alternatives. You're in the gulag, and you are forced to game, and it's all Call of Duty. It's all just like
Call of
hyper-fast
Duty?
games as well.
Forced game on Call of Duty on a phone in the gulag. Should have made him play
Game-
League.
No, because that's a ooh inciting incident.
Well, for most mobile games, I would just turn autopilot on rather than play with the stupid touchscreen controls.
You don't like not having buttons or keys to press?
Oh, I just love it when I have no tactile sensation to know where my fingers are and what I'm pushing.
I can feel the joy in your voice. He really does like that, Koeth.
It's especially great when it's in your car and you're trying to, like, change the song that's playing. And you can't feel exactly where those buttons are to change the song, so you have to take your eyes off the road.
It's very fun when when you're trying to use GPS on a phone and you have to look away because you don't know where you're gonna turn in the next few seconds. It's not actually fun. I'm being sarcastic.
Man, you had me believing you.
I
So
know.
rude.
I know. I know. I'm a master of deceit.
Why would you say it so happily? Oh my gosh.
Because I can lie to myself about how things are going.
Oh.
Everything is terrible.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. That's us.
Everything dies.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I want to see where this is going.
Or what's
Wait,
going?
What's go?
I guess
happening?
that's it. Everything dies.
Yeah, no, that's the
You want
end,
me to?
actually.
You want me to continue the song?
Yes.
Because the next line is everything dies.
Okay, everything dies and everything dies. Got it.
That's about all I remember, actually.
A single note. He didn't have any eyes. This man is not a member of Maroon 5. You gotta hit that dead tone.
Like you're talking
You
into
go,
a
that's
fan.
better.
Oh no. What have I done? The Verdant King has transparency in his wings.
That's probably
What?
intentional, right?
That makes it annoying to dab off of.
It's a feature.
That's why you
not a
gotta get
bug.
the 3D model so that you can dab easily.
I think I know where you're going with that joke, but it's not landing.
It's
Just-
okay.
Hmm.
I
Just
made the
wait-
physical motion and none of you could see it, and that's good enough for me.
Well, if it made you laugh, I guess it's good enough.
You know, you have to find enjoyment within sometimes and not without.
This is true.
It's maybe not the best thing if you're streaming to be seeking enjoyment within, but I still enjoyed it.
Now, I have heard that if you're not having fun, then your audience won't be having fun either.
I don't think that's true. Who's the guy that got arrested in Japan? Like, he wasn't having fun, but I was.
Well, he was probably having fun while he was doing the thing. Not so much getting arrested.
Well, you see, it's the inverse, because I was not having fun while he was doing the thing. But the second he got clocked, I was like, awesome. I'm having the time of my life. Oy. Maybe that's a little... I've revealed my true colors, and they aren't those of a nice person.
Everybody enjoys a little Schadenfreude every now and then.
Every now and again. My favorite bit of Schadenfreude is... Have you ever seen the video Grape Lady Falls?
Grape Lady?
No.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Oh, I'm gonna link you guys 2 videos. Both of these are 2 of my favorite videos on the internet.
Both of them are your favorite?
Yeah, they share a co-equal position at the top.
They're at the top of Coet's tier list.
And they're both awful. They both, the amount I laugh at them makes me feel like I'm a horrible, horrible human.
Sounds good to me.
Let's see.
That's how you know it's good. Go ahead, just loads those beheading videos.
So happy I haven't seen any of those on Twitter.
To give you an example, what I had to search to find this video was baking soda vinegar girl falls over my eyes.
Sounds like a winner.
No, it's more than a winner. Oh, it is co-equal at the top. Of all
no.
things. There's that one, and then there's this one.
Science Fair Channel, okay.
The sound is improved.
All right.
by the way.
Let's see what you got here.
I'm watching the first one.
Oh, this is a channel. By the way, subscribe to my brother, Notice Formate, his channel. Check out his videos. Make sure to subscribe to him. Anyways.
It's a little girl.
We'll be doing the baking soda
Correct.
and vinegar volcano. Well, mini volcano.
Feels so bad.
There's none left in here. Spilled too much.
Jeez. Okay. It's not what I was thinking. Oh!
Okay, now for the vinegar.
I'm
Oh.
anticipating this.
Put this off a bit. More.
That wasn't what I thought. That was bad, but it wasn't what I thought.
Okay. Now for the
Okay. Grape Lady Falls.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, it's awful. I feel so bad for her.
That was an unexpected twist at the end.
Hey.
All right,
These
grape
buckets are
lady.
filled with grapes. What kind of grapes?
These are filled with Chamberson grapes, and the winner this Saturday, who's stopping music, eating international foods, having wine tours and tastings, vineyard tours, seminars, arts and crafts. It's a lot of fun, a whole day. Stop. Oh, stop. I can't. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, stop. Oh, stop. I can't breathe. Stop.
No. Oh,
boy,
dear.
I think she's actually hurt.
No, I
there.
think she is.
Really
Hurt. She took a hard fall off
Just
there.
listen to the,
Okay.
Gosh, I hope
to the
she's okay.
broadcasters. You can
Okay.
feel their concern.
We're going to make sure she is.
We'll try and
That's
check
the
on
thing.
her and get back
All
to you
right.
as soon as we can.
We'll be back right after this.
Yeah, the newscasters don't even know how to react.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, I feel so bad. It's obvious that in both of these videos, they are both at, like, their least happy point. And I can't help but laugh. With the young girl, it's because of the Maya. And then
It
with the
it
great
doesn't-
lady balls, it's the, ooh, 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 I can't breathe. Ooh, ooh. Oy. Yeah, I might be going to hell, is what I'm realizing.
It happens.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Schadenfreude.
Yeah, Schadenfreude right there. Yeah.
That's not
That's not-
Schadenfreude.
That's
They
not
didn't do
Schadenfreude?
anything.
Schadenfreude is when somebody gets what they deserve.
Oh, that's Schadenfreude is when somebody gets what
Yeah.
they deserve. I thought it was just laughing at the misfortune of others because you're a bad person.
No.
No. Because
No.
it's laughing at the misfortune
You
of
revealed
others
yourself,
because they're
Kohet.
a bad person.
That's okay. Like,
That little girl
that's what I
deserved
said
it.
to begin with. I don't think that she deserved it,
Grape
and that's
Lady
what makes it
deserves
so
that
much
fall.
funnier. Well, the grape lady does deserve the fall because she was trying to stop the other lady so that she would win the grape squishing competition so that she would get the free trip. Like,
Oh my
she got
gosh,
what she deserved.
she was the villain this
She
whole
was
time.
kind of the bad guy.
Oh my gosh. I hope that if I ever get injured, I am able to bring that much joy into the world.
make sure you have a camera around.
The injury, it's like the injury version of bike cuck. At least
have
someone
you
else is
guys-
happy.
I have one last thing for you guys, because I intend to distract you as much as possible. This is not a video in the line of the other ones, but it is also one of my favorite videos.
Alright, hold on. I'm trying to paint spots on the butterfly wings right now. Give me a second.
Yeah, take your time. Please don't let me distract you too much here.
Well, I'm sure you'll find a way.
Find a way, I'll find a way. If you open up your eyes. It's Drake and Josh.
Okay.
Roll 2, I understand.
Alright. Let's look at this next one.
Yeah, I'll look at it too.
I see the title is DD Megadoodoo. So that's
Yep.
To say their final goodbyes to this fallen Louisville police officer, D.D. Megadoodoo. I'm sorry, Mangudu.
This is how you go out.
Megadoodoo.
Mingudu? I don't think she got it right either time.
She's doing her best.
These people are
My favorite.
hired to be able to read things correctly.
We're all pretty
You're
tired,
correct.
aren't we?
I said hired.
I would give her a pass on this one. I
Well,
don't
Like,
think anybody's getting that right on the first pass.
that was clearly accidental.
Yeah, you can see the terror in her eyes as she's reading it.
I probably wouldn't have read it as Megadoodoo.
She wasn't like, I guarantee you, she was not trying to read it as mega doo-doo. Couldn't help it. She was in a train that was going off the rails, and she was just a passenger in her own body.
DD Megadoodoo.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds like something Zombie on Pee-wee's Playhouse would say. Mecha-leka-hi, mecha-hiney-ho. DD Megadoodoo, mecha-dooby-dooby day. Repeat after him.
Yeah, so
you will get your
that's-
wishes.
That's from my county as well. So I got the real joy of seeing that one live.
Coeth Hometown Special. You'll love to see it.
In my case, I sincerely do love to see it.
All right. 9:25. Okay, I've still got time. I'm gonna have to start putting on finishing touches on this thing, getting his eyes colored for one. This is the part that drags on forever.
Just rendering.
The eyes.
I'm mostly done with the general rendering. It's just I'm gonna start adding in like lighting effects and glowy things and magical thingies, and like I can literally do anything at this point. So it's like, oh, I could add this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this.
You don't know when to stop.
And then I get
become
done with
less
it.
lazy.
Yeah, then I get done with it, and I'm like, oh hell, this drawing is too busy.
That's not a good. It's not. I know that feeling.
The
In my
less
case,
lazy I become, the more I also end up there, and I desire to return to laziness.
The problem is you don't want to be lazy, but you don't want to overwork yourself or put too much into a piece.
You misunderstand me. I do want to be lazy. There's nothing I want more in life than to be able to simultaneously be lazy and be competent.
I don't think that's possible. Because
I'm working on
there's
it.
there's a difference between being like being lazy and working and not putting in as much work as not putting in more work than you need to.
It sounds like y'all need to check out my buddy Trent Kanuga, as I mentioned
It
before.
does sound like I need to check out your.
Oh, I
buddy,
need to
Trent
watch
Kanuga.
more of his stuff.
Have you heard of this man? His name is Trent Kanuga.
Is it really pronounced Kanuga?
It's pronounced Kanuga.
Ah,
He's from Chattanooga. And you're not gonna believe this. He builds canoes.
I don't think that's what it's from.
What could the etymology of the name Kanuga be?
I don't know, man.
I don't
I'm
know.
not whatever he is.
what's the etymology?
What do you mean? Is he not a man?
He's a
What's the
man. I don't know
etymology
what
of
kind of
poet,
man, though.
huh?
Oh, I see.
What's
What
your
was that?
What's your etymology, Koeth?
When I was 6 years old, my mother dated a man whose last name was Het. And I was playing Command and Conquer at the time. And so I combined Commander and Het to form my name, which has stuck with me now for 22 years, which is Kohet.
I've definitely changed my username more times than that.
I have got. Yeah. Mine was from an art project where we had to make social media names. I didn't want to make a separate Facebook page for mine, but I did. My name was sort of made ironically, but I liked it, so I stuck with it.
Your school went into like the horrors of social media?
It was very light. Not even that annoying. It was just for one project to get us an idea of what it's like.
Oh hell,
There
that's
were-
not right.
There were much more annoying things to deal with at the time.
Here's a genuine question that I've had for a little bit. If you are an art teacher and it is your goal to teach kids art not as like a fun thing, but as like an actual industry thing,
Mm-hmm.
at what grade is it acceptable to be like, all right, now let me introduce you to social media?
Oof.
I don't think I'd leave. I'll be honest. I don't think I'd leave that to a teacher. Because I don't even know if
'Cause,
I'd
like,
leave
here's
that
the
to
thing.
parents. Because no one knows. Because no one really seems to be aware of all the bad parts of social media.
Well, I think they are aware of it. And I think if you told parents, they would also be able to make like a well-reasoned decision about like what would be appropriate for their kids. However,
I understand, Koeth, but I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot, like at least half of the arguments people have about content on the internet would be solved if kids weren't allowed to use the internet.
right, but I mean like good luck. Right.
I know-
I don't think kids should be on the internet at all. But they
Like,
are.
If it was heavily moderated by their parents, micromanaging what they do, then yeah. But
To the actual question, though, I think
Yeah.
that would be better handled by a different kind of teacher. Like, usually,
probably
a marketing
probably-
class is where you'd learn that kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree.
I can see that. I just think that as an industry, if you are trying to teach art as a function and not as like a hobby, which in my opinion the purpose of education is to teach things that are functional. Like you would have to include it at some point.
Well,
and I just wonder when that point is.
Not to beat the same drum, but Trent Kanuga has talked about this on some of his videos. According to him, you don't need social media at all if you want to be like employed as an artist in like a more corporate environment. For that, you just send portfolios wherever you want to go, and they'll pick you if you like it, if they like you.
Right.
That makes
That's
sense.
just the be good strategy.
If you want to go indie, then yeah, you gotta learn social media game.
That makes sense.
I am thoroughly enjoying watching you pick colors from the wing and then immediately deciding to not pick the color from the wing and pick it from a different place.
It's transparent. I don't trust it. Not that it really needs to be that consistent, still.
Can't you make a non-transparent version?
Probably.
I mean, it's kind of like the dice is set in stone a little bit here.
I probably won't even make the wings transparent on this one.
I mean, why make the wings transparent when you can just hand paint the transparency in yourself?
Right.
Lower the opacity and paint it on.
Why don't I just paint transparent onto it?
You just have to paint the faint impression of the object behind it over it.
Just paint
like
your
the oil painters of yore.
Just paint your screen.
Alright, I think that's serviceable. We definitely need some kind of shading on the wings, though. Those look... eh. I need that big. Hold on.
You need a bigger brush.
I don't need a bigger brush.
Excuse me, sir. I am here to report that there's a man in a stream. He requires a larger brush. I'll take your largest size. Like 3,000 pixel brush.
Biggest I've got is 2,000.
Takes out a comically large brush.
Add a different brush size to my brush size palette. That's really weird. Why is the biggest brush size that they allow 2,000?
I mean, it's probably for the best.
I've invested in this supercomputer, this quantum computing technology, specifically to allow myself to draw on the largest of canvases. I need a bigger brush for it. 2,000 isn't cutting it. I'm using the modern technology to be worse than my ancestors.
You're like a gamer. You've got the 9020 latest 9020 graphics, new graphics card, 1 trillion terabytes of storage, and it only reaches 1 million FPS. It's literally unplayable.
Why don't you just update to the latest AI model? Surely your quantum computer can handle running it locally.
how am I supposed to mine bitcoins if my PC isn't powerful enough?
The AI can mine the bitcoins for you.
It'll
select the
do
best
it
Bitcoin
automatically.
to
It's
mine.
that easy. Really. Also, I've got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn.
Can I sell you the London Bridge in Arizona?
Is
We'll
it
make it
falling
short.
down?
Potentially.
We'll trade bridges. I'll give you your receipt, you'll get mine. Dummy thinks I'm giving him a real bridge, but I'm the only one getting a bridge in this deal.
Are there any bridges you guys would be willing to purchase?
No.
Can't think of any bridges, no.
I would purchase like the Golden Gate Bridge, I think.
It's not actually made of gold, Koeth.
What do you think of me? what kind of person do you take me for?
Did you actually
Oh my
think it was made of gold, Koeth? I need to...
Hey. That's why I asked, what do you think of me?
It's a yes or no question, Koeth.
So your question was no. I feel so weird right now.
Yes or no?
What is happening? Oh my gosh.
Alright. I guess we're segueing away from that dangerous question.
Wait, why is that question dangerous? I just get more confused.
You tell me, you won't answer
Where
it.
we go? I'm on some kind of mind-altering medication. Holy cow.
I too am high on life.
Speaking of medication, I'm actually getting a surgery done freaking next week.
Really?
Can I say something incredibly vulgar? Is that acceptable?
That seems to be a theme with you.
I guess.
Is it to reduce the size of your massive X brain? There we go.
It's to reduce the size of this lump on my back that grew out of nowhere.
That doesn't sound good. Are you okay?
I think I'm okay.
That's substantially less funny than
The surgeon says that it is a fleshy mass.
no.
You don't like that.
No.
Apparently they can just cut the skin open and cut it out. What would have been better if it was just a cyst, which is what the first doctor thought.
Why would it have been better?
Because you can just pop a cyst.
Yeah.
Oh,
It'll just
really?
go away on its own.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, cyst is just like fluid.
Hmm.
Apparently mine's kind of solid.
It's got your back.
It does
solid.
got my back. I got a bit of a hunchback.
Do you at least get like a cool gypsy lady in the end?
A cool gypsy. Oh, you mean...
Are we being story accurate? Because that determines the answer to that question.
Does the Hunchback of Notre Dame get the girl in the end?
I don't
No.
remember.
Oh man,
definitely,
that's sad.
definitely not in the original, if memory serves.
Well, in the original, people like actually hate him for like his deformity. Isn't that right? Like, it's just sad for him.
It's very sad. I know it's definitely sad for the gypsy girl.
Don't remember the plots to like the vast majority of Disney things that I consumed as a child.
I think
Well-
Hunchback of Notre Dame is the most realistic Disney movie. Not because there's a hunchback that's like Spider-Maning around the city, but it's because the villain's motivation is like, there's this really, really hot lady, and like I'm torn between my sacred solemn duty and wanting to like marry this lady, so I'm gonna kill a bunch of people. Like that's incredibly lore accurate to life.
I suppose.
Finally, a protagonist I can relate to.
Hellfire is actually like maybe one of the best Disney songs.
It's definitely a great song.
Don't the villains usually have the best songs?
It's true.
Oh yeah, it's not different in that case, but it's still good. Also, you reminded me of that fuck of cow's name on Cow Frollo.
I didn't know that he had this comic.
I'm so happy I could introduce you to this. It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. It's literally just a plot in a nutshell.
So what are the villain's motivation in the Hunchback of Notre Dame movie?
Here, let me show you this JPEG, and it will sum up the entire movie in an instant. Although, to be fair, she wasn't extra thick. She was just like a normal Romanian lady, which is inherently pretty good by like as a default.
Can't believe the main villain was a simp.
I don't know if you can qualify him as like a simp.
No, probably not.
He was pretty competent, and if he wasn't like a clergyman, he would probably just be like a normal guy.
I'm pretty sure in the original he was. Count Frollo was a judge. Like, I don't know. He can definitely act as a leader of sorts.
No, like that's the thing, right? Is like except for this one temptation that he can't overcome, he's like a pillar. He's not like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure pillar man, but he's like a pillar man.
Oh, he is dedicated for good or for hell.
Quick pop quiz. What's the universal color for magic?
Blue.
You got it.
I was gonna say
You
purple.
get out of here. You're no longer allowed in my establishment.
Oh no, I'm out of the cool kid club with co-op.
Yeah, you can't join my Command and Conquer or my Advanced Wars club anymore.
I'm a Supreme Commanders kind of guy, so I'm actually.
You're
happy
from
to go.
Iran.
It's popular in Iran.
I'm sorry. It's the Supreme Ruler, Supreme Commander. That kind of like rhetoric is a popular Iranian thing.
Apparently, I'm Iranian now.
Congratulations! You get a really cool nose out of the deal.
Can I trade the nose in for something nice?
You can't.
Is it as good as the
nose
Jewish
is
variety?
nice. Absolutely. And like it sounds like I mean this sincerely as like a ethnic group of people. The Iranians have the best noses.
I guess it's not the worst.
After the Iranians, maybe the Central Americans all
Okay,
have
I guess
really
we're starting
good
the nose
noses.
tier list.
Well, we can't start the nose tier list because I don't want to get to the bottom of the nose tier list because then people will interpret it as being insulting. And I don't
already
wanna...
Okay, you've just spoiled where we're going, so that kind of takes the fun out of things.
What? Why? What do you think of the? All right, let's go there then. What's at the
Nope.
bottom of my nose tier list?
Bottom of the nose.
You
tier
tell
list.
us.
Yeah.
No, you Evergrade said he knew where this was going. I want to know where he thinks it's going.
No, I could be wrong. You sound confident. Where were you taking
Like
this?
you said that you knew. So now
No,
I know what you knew.
Well, are you saying that I know better than you?
Yes,
What?
because you said
What?
you knew where it was going.
Why are you more why am I what do you think I'm more confident in your idea than you are?
Because you said
I'm not a mind reader.
you said you knew.
No, I'll reveal if I knew if you prove it to me.
What is this malarkey?
He wants you to
Bottom
be
of the
racist
nose.
first.
I know. Bottom of the nose tier list is like probably Russian.
Russian?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
the bottom of my nose hierarchy.
Okay, my idea was actually different.
I know it was. You know what? I don't know it was, but I suspect that it would be.
I had one idea, but then I decided to switch to something more esoteric.
Oh yeah? What was it?
Knowledge.
What are you talking? What?
Knows. He knows.
No,
Oh,
he doesn't know. That's the
you
problem.
know. Yeah, being stupid is great. Knowledge is at the bottom of the nose tier list.
That's the problem. You're a bad influence, Colette. You
It's
don't
not my
promote
job to
that
be a good-
knowledge.
Why? It's not my job to be a good influence. I don't want to be a good influence. I want to be happy, regardless of the influence I have on others.
If you're a good influence, you're not happy. That's just how it works, apparently.
Well, then sign me up to go straight to hell.
If being happy is stupid, then I don't want to be smart.
I like that sentence. That works on a bunch of levels. That's really good.
What am I gonna do with the background here? Generic swooshy background? Oh no.
Grab the foliage brush, make a much darker set of shades of green,
Foliage?
copy and paste. Yeah, the foliage brush and like the the stamp or the decoration setting of the brushes. Put a bunch of like stamps of varying shades of foliage with darker foliage the closer you get to the foreground.
You mean
And
foliage?
then smash that, yeah, foliage.
Foliage.
And then just smash the blur button after you've stamped it all in.
I can't find the one you're talking about. I do have a custom-made leaf brush though.
Yeah, hit it.
So it's gonna bring out the custom leaf brush. It's all over now, boys.
You don't want to know what happens when I bring out the custom leaf brush.
You don't
I
want
ask
to know.
everyone to leave me alone.
You don't want to know how many bodies get buried when that brush comes out.
Oh, that brush is too big.
I'm sure it's always too big.
You need the custom leaf lit brush.
Yes. What else would I mean?
Oof. My PC doesn't like this brush very well. At least not at this
Too
size.
powerful.
That does look kind of nice, though.
It kind of does.
It does.
Got to do something about the top though. try a different color on this one. Oh, wait. And simply multiply.
He's doing math. Watch out.
Oh no, the computer does it for me.
Oh, thank
I
goodness.
thought it was a great joke.
Finally, AI generated numbers.
Alright, let's go back in here and actually like draw in like some branches or something. This is actually looking kind of sick, I think.
Like, you see.
You can send me the royalty check in the mail. It's
It does feel a little bit like it's too dark, maybe. Because in the foreground they're pretty light. Maybe we can
I think if you don't want to change the background, maybe adding more shine on the outlines would help. Because it's not blending in, but it can pop a bit more.
I'm gonna try just taking that color and like slapping something on top of the whole thing.
Sure.
Something like that. Let's try different blend modes and see what happens. Actually, multiply looks pretty good. Though it does kind of remove... Wait a second, what happened? Oh, wait. Okay, I put that on the wrong layer.
Pain.
I put it on top of my highlights. Or rather, I painted over the highlights with it. I think that might be alright. Let's see if we can make the top lighter. If that'll work.
Maybe if you make it lighter and less saturated.
Let's see. You know what? I think I liked it better without that light at the top. Just make the whole thing look kind of dark in the background. What do y'all think? Should I call it done?
I think you should call it quits.
I
think it's good.
It's looking good. I like how like there's no big light, but I can feel it getting darker as you go down.
Oh, Flying Axe Blade over in the Odyssey chat. Had to hunt down on mines for like ever since I've been here trying to find a non-cat meme to share. What have you got? Ah, it's a raccoon meme.
Close enough.
Raccoons aren't cats. He's one. It's Axe Blade over, folks.
The legal age of employment is raccoon. Raccoons do make good memes. Possibly better than cats.
I think they're cuter than cats. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I stand by it.
I think I agree.
They can be, but I feel like they can be less friendly.
I think they are less friendly.
I don't think that's even opinion.
It's a 10.
I
Yeah.
think, relatively speaking, I think they're a bit less cool than cats, guys.
But yeah, they got their masks and their furry little bodies and their opposable thumbs.
Weird human-like hands.
Yeah.
And imagine having opposable thumbs. Weak.
Couldn't be me.
Alright. I have lightened. I lowered the opacity on the background elements so they're not as drastic. I think that's where I'll call it quits. And it's like right on time too. I didn't spend like 5 hours on this piece like I did last time.
4.5 hours. Let's go.
Yeah.
Doing numbers, man.
Good deal. I can actually go get some McDonald's at a decent time. 10 p.m.
No midnight run for you.
No. Although they do have the drive-thru open 24 hours. So, don't have to worry about it.
Dice Snow, please eat at normal times.
This is normal times. I'm a night shift goblin.
And you be goblin during the night shift.
Literally, my
That's how
lunch
it works.
my lunch hour is at like 9:30 normally.
I don't know if I feel like I'd be messed up so badly if I worked a night shift. I barely get any sunlight during the day because I'm inside all the time.
Well, you do get like an extra 10% bonus, at least where I work.
Oh, okay, that's a trade-off for vitamin C.
Flying
At least
Axe Blade
it's
says,
something
thanks, I have to put on JG Million Breaks now. Whatever the hell that is. I'm not listening to you all anymore. That's okay, we're about to finish. I have no idea.
These young
Is
kids.
that the guy that got imprisoned in Japan?
I don't think so. I think that's Johnny
That's
Somali.
Yeah, I
all
was gonna
sound the
say.
same.
I don't know. He's
Go ahead. They
Yeah.
all like.
They all have weird names that begin with JJ, Johnny, Paul, etc. They all have names. They're all the same.
They all have names. They all have labels. Not like us, right, guys? Dice Bag, Goet, me, Evergrade.
Are you not Evergrade?
I am Evergrade. Are you not Goet?
Why did you say me Evergrade?
Because that's my name.
I'm highly suspicious.
What's your name?
It's me Evergrade. It's a weird name. It's
Okay.
Latin.
Okay, Dice, I need you to settle the debate. Who is the better Evergrade, me or Coet?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know. That's why we need an outside opinion, because we're both Evergrade apparently.
Well, Flying
Dice.
Axe Blade gave me what was it called? JJ Million Breaks? I don't know. Breakbeat Mix 71 by JJ Million.
Oh, he's it's a break beat type beat.
A deed musician?
I have no idea.
No, this is good. This is breakcore. This is what you want to hear.
Wait, so it is music or not?
If it's not music, I'm about to be very surprised.
X-Blade says he's old like me in our 50s old B-boys.
Yo, this
Okay.
is like, you can cut a rug to this.
Oh, you're okay with that kind of figure of speech. Cut a rug.
No, what I'm saying is like, if I was cutting a rug and this music was on in the background, I'd be very comfortable.
You'd cut it even faster, right?
Or no, I'd cut it slower. I would enjoy the rug cutting more. It'd be
Okay.
more recreational.
Goet is quite the cut up.
What kind
Is
of
he
rug are
not?
we cutting?
Persian,
Persian,
naturally.
of course.
Yeah. If you're not cutting something of value, then what's the point? You know?
Maybe the real cuts were the friends we made along the way.
Perhaps you
Not
intend to increase the value by the cutting.
I don't. Do you think it's more meaningful to increase the value through the destruction of something than it is to decrease the value through the destruction of something? I think that maybe decreasing the value of an object through the object's destruction is more meaningful than increasing the value of an object.
Well, just because you're cutting it doesn't necessarily mean it's being destroyed. It might be being transformed into a better thing.
Oh, I'm destroying it. Yeah. No.
You're destroying the rug.
Absolutely. When I cut a rug, it's not for any artistry. I'm destroying the rug.
Cuts with malicious intent.
It's not malicious. It's just intent.
You don't even get any joy from it. You're just doing it because you don't have anything else to do.
No, I got the breakbeat mix on in the background, so I'm cutting the rug to the breakbeat mix. I'm going slowly. I'm enjoying my time.
Okay, so you're not. Okay, so are you doing that beat? Are you listening to the break mix while you're cutting the rug, or are you cutting the rug while you're listening to the breakbeat mix?
I'm listening to the breakbeat mix while cutting the rug because, as I stated earlier, you could really cut a rug to this.
Okay, so it's the opposite. It's the opposite of doing something while listening to the podcast. It's listening to a podcast while doing something.
Correct. Anyways, I'm gonna go cut a rug. Thanks for having me on. I'll see you
Right.
later.
It is
All
about
right.
time to wrap things up.
I think that these extremely important conversations have reached their zenith, and if I My brain is bulging so much that it might explode if we keep going.
Awesome. It is like peak loopy time of the day.
I
Especially
think we can
for-
get even more peak.
For daywalkers like you guys.
Well, he didn't call us skinwalkers, so I'll take that as a compliment.
Alright,
Yeah.
well. Everybody else who's watching, we're gonna wrap this up now, and thanks for watching and popping in. And if you're still around, why haven't you subscribed? You should do that right now. And drop a like and do all the YouTuber thing is. Even if you're on Rumble or Twitch or whatever. I don't know.
Please do. Good night. And
Do
enjoy
as the
your
man
McDonald's.
says.
Do it, or else you'll make me feel sad.
You better do it.